This is so hard. You guys that make videos regularly, like, wow, hats off. This is insanely difficult. After 1,500 times, hello, my name is Ari, and welcome to my channel. And over the years, I've only done a couple of videos here and there, very random stuff. And other than that, I just use this channel to watch stuff, right? Like so many of us. And so I've made a decision to give this a try and hopefully make videos on a more regular basis. Friends and family over the years have recommended and suggested over and over again that I tell my story, and I've been very awkward about it. There are a lot of different stories, a lot of different things to unpack, but maybe it will help someone. I don't know, they've been telling me that for a long time now, and we'll see, I guess. There's a lot of random stuff. It was a very eventful life, to say the least, and there we have it. Disclaimer, I am not a mental health professional. I was a hairdresser for a long time, and my opinions are opinions. So that's basically what it is, what's going to be happening here. With that, having been a hairdresser for so many years, I've ended up having severe back problems, and I've had 3 surgeries, 3 spine surgeries, and I can't do it anymore. So I need to work with my hands, and I live I'm a very blessed life now. I'm a very charmed life because I am able to be a stay-at-home mom, a housewife, and I have the means to get tools and fabric and, I don't know, craft materials. So I'm always doing something, whether it's a pin the tail on the dragon or a new pair of pants or, I don't know, a recipe or something. I'm always doing something. I just can't cut hair anymore, basically. So, but at the same time, I'll be talking, rambling on and on and on, and telling you guys my stories. So today I'm not going to be doing anything with as crafts or anything like that. I just want to kind of give you guys an introduction. I do swear a lot, so be warned. And the stories that I will be the things that I'll be talking about are not for children's ears, mostly. They're not for kids' ears, if you think about it. So I'm recording this in my kid's room because the lighting's the best, and in our flat, and he's in school now, so I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Anyway, what has kind of inspired me to make this video today is the situation, let's just get down to it, the situation that we've been watching with Johnny Depp and his ex Pooper Scooper. I'll call her Pooper Scooper because I'm not allowed to say her name or whatever the hell. And it hits home for me because for 2 main reasons. I was growing up, I was a young teenager when he was already doing Edward Scissorhands and all those things. And I was going through fucking hell. My mother was very abusive, psychologically abusive. When I was very young, there was physical and psychological abuse. And then when I got older, she stopped with the physical stuff. She started with the emotional and psychological stuff. And my father had basically sunk into an abyss of alcohol and neglect. His spirit was completely destroyed because she was abusive toward him too. And so I've noticed that a lot of Pooper Scooper's behavior is really similar to what my mom used to do. And I see, or I've learned that JD has a bit of an issue with beverages, alcoholized beverages, and over the years I've seen that, you know, like his pictures of him in the media and whatever, he looks really tired. And there was this one picture in particular that he took after having been accosted by Pooper Scooper, and the look in his eyes, it broke my heart because I saw my dad. So things that women like this do. By the way, I just need to say something really quickly. This is I'm gonna try to not make this video too long. It's already 5.5 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta. So anyway, I need to say this because I don't want anyone to think that I'm like anti-women and whatever. I'm not discounting the brutality toward women that men have committed over thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We know that. This is something that we all know. It has been brutal. It has been dehumanizing. It has been sadistic. We all know that stuff. I've also been through certain things, and I will be talking about those things in other videos. But what I'm talking about specifically today is the kind of behavior that I was a witness to growing up from my mother. And then I became sharp enough to notice what other women were doing, their insidious kind of sneaky stuff that they would do and would keep getting away with all the time. And what pisses me off is that she's, Pooper Scooper in particular, she's getting away with everything. She's getting away with it. And it's fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. Everyone can see what she's done. So again, it's pissing me off. The first thing that comes to mind, there was this one time where Pooper Scooper and JD were in an Asian country. I apologize, I don't do research and like get clips of videos and stuff like that. But anyway, they were like on the red carpet or something, and some people were trying to speak with him, and she was next to him, and she kept kind of like, she was like holding on to his arm or his hand, and then she would do like, and she would like straighten her arm to kind of like pull him back in a way. So he was trying to talk to the person trying to interview him, and she would like do this and pull him back, and you'd see he'd be like looking back and being really uncomfortable. Well, my mom used to do that, but she did that to me. I don't know how she could have done it with my dad, but it's basically this behavior where no one's gonna know what's going on, okay? You're gonna stop now and keep this fucked up smile. And what my mom used to do, she used to take the back of my skin here when I'd be, I don't know, we'd be at a restaurant or something. I was a really well-behaved child because I was terrified. But the minute that there was something, she would grab the skin and she would twist it, and then she'd look at me like with the side of, like, she would flip like her hair, you know, and she'd be like, "Are you done?" And that's what I saw when I saw Pooper Scooper do that thing to JD. It's heartbreaking. It's fucking heartbreaking. And just the whole, you know, the way that he's been kind of deteriorating over the past few years. She's trying to kill his spirit. And look, we have to talk about this. Men need some kind of support, you know, dads and husbands, and they have no support. I wanted to open a battered men shelter. It was the thing that I wanted to do. I was going to do this grandiose thing and be able to help all the men of the world that were going through this, and the children that were victims of abusive mothers and stuff like that. Didn't happen. My life, I did other stuff. But this is a thing. This happens. She tried to kill my dad in front of me a couple of times. One that I can think of right now is it was like the middle of the night, and there was a lot of ruckus. There was something horrible was going on, and my door flew open. I must have been 7 years old. I was 7 or 8 years old or something. And the door flies open, and I see my mother using her high-heeled boot, and driving it into his crotchal zone. And it was a high heel boot, and trying to, so she was obviously hurting him, and she was trying to push him over the rail so that he would fall back into the staircase, like the staircase was there. And at the same fucking time, he's trying to kill me, he's trying to kill me. And I'm like in bed now, sitting up. And she brought the fight, because this is what they do. Okay, so she kind of sucks the fight into my room, jumps on my bed with the drama. He's trying to kill me, he's trying to kill me. And fucking shit's flying all over the place. My bed was like in a corner, and there was a lamp, and the lamp fucking falls on the floor, and I'm like in the corner like a shaking dog. And my father, this was the only time he defended himself physically, the only time he defended himself. And so he kind of like pinned her down on my bed, because now he's seeing his kid, like, okay, this is, and I'm not laughing because it's funny, I'm laughing because it's funny, if that makes any sense. And he ended up giving her, old school, I call them psychiatric, or what do you call them again? Like psycho slaps, like to kind of like snap out of it. And so he did that to kind of like stop her, and he was in tatters. And so what did she do? She took me to the cops, and she dressed me really well to go to the cops and say that her husband was beating her. And I remember sitting there traumatized, speechless. Nobody came to talk to me. Nobody said anything. And so that's the time that my father tried to defend himself. Another time that she did something horrific like that, there were a lot of other times, but I just want to like get this out there right now. I was in Connecticut in Suffield. No, excuse me. That's another one. There are a lot of them, okay? But anyway, no, I was in Stowe, Vermont at Smuggler's Notch with my mother and my so-called stepfather. She had an American boy. I'm from Montreal. I'm French Canadian, and she had an American boyfriend that for like 10 years or something. And so we would move around a lot. Like, we'd go on like, I don't know, a few trips here and there, just, I don't know, to, like Smuggler's Notch and Stowe, or like, I don't know, Albany, New York, or, just random places like that. And so this one time we're vacationing in Stowe at Smuggler's Notch, and he had a little boy that he had with a French Canadian woman. So he would come like every month, once a month, to come and see his son. And when this child was about 3-4 years old, so we're at Smuggler's Notch. They're in the living room together. We'll call him Jack. That was his name, and it's a pretty common name, so who fucking knows who he is, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, Jack was with his son, and he hadn't seen him in a long time, and spending time with him and whatever. And my mother, and I was there and with my mother, and my mother decided that wasn't good. So she started a thing. She couldn't stand anyone spending any kind of time with anybody else. It was always about her. So then this degenerated into another he's gonna kill me thing. And so she locked me in. It was a kind of condo that he owned, I think, or that he rented. So there were 2 bedrooms, and kind of like a flat. And so she locked me and her in my room for, I don't know, maybe 2 days. I think it was 2 days. I had to pee in a bucket in the little bin that we had, and she would throw it out the window. And any time that he tried to come in to help me, she would scream, "He's trying to kill me! He's trying to kill me!" And so she imprisoned me with her in that little room for those few days, because Jack had decided, because he wanted to spend time with his kid. And she twisted everything like that. And I call, Pooper Scooper. It sounds a lot like, the stuff that she recounts, about the situations where she was trying to come into a room because she was trying to escape out of somewhere, some fucking thing and whatever. It sounds a lot like the kind of stuff my mom used to do. I don't believe that she was, look, I don't know what it was like to live with him, JD, I mean. I wasn't there, obviously, but I can sense, I can see it in his face, the despair and the utter exhaustion. And what happens is that this destroys our spirit. When people, and namely, like specifically like these women that do that, it kills us inside, it destroys, and it takes decades to heal, even from just having been around them for a couple of years. And I saw that in his face, and saw that he was abusing alcohol and other things quite a lot, and my father did too. He wasn't able to walk anymore. He had a problem with his cerebellum because of alcohol, so he didn't get liver disease, he got brain disease, and so he only was able to walk with a walker for the rest of his life. And because he was just basically slowly killing himself, he didn't have the tools or the means to be able to defend himself, or to even, everything was gone. Anyway, so long video, a lot of rambling, but I want to say that, you know what, these women have to be held accountable as much as men do. Everybody has to be held accountable. I think that if this is a new time in 2021, and we're like, this is the future kind of thing, and we're supposed to be so advanced, everybody has to be held accountable for their behavior when they're hurting others, when they're abusing others. And so this is something that's very important to me. It hits home. And I want her to, I just hope that, people like JD will be able to keep their heads out of water and really survive these things, and thrive, and that these women will pay for what they've done, for their abuse and the crimes that they've committed. And please, it's not always obvious, but just read between the lines sometimes, without being paranoid. We all kind of sense manipulation here and there, but just keep your eyes open. And if you see someone bullying or abusing, don't turn the other cheek, because that maintains it. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole, and I think that you hit me first, I'll hit you back. I won't turn the other cheek. I will not let anyone put me down anymore, and I will not let them get away with it. And I hope that if anyone's going through something difficult right now, there are others out there that are going through this and that have had to deal with the very, very twisted narratives that these women bring into our lives. Anyway, so very long story short, I guess I'll see you guys soon. I'll make another video soon-ish. And again, don't be shy to comment and say what you have to say. All right, peace out.